Hello! I hope that you are having a great day so far. Today we're here to learn about the H sound. H is a slightly controversial letter, with native English speakers from different places in the world pronouncing it quite differently. In British English, the letter is H and will be emphasized in a lot more words than in American English. However, more commonly, globally, is the pronunciation H. Canadian English is quite similar to American English in general, and therefore today I'm going to be teaching the North American version of the letter H. With that being said, the main difference between the pronunciations is the amount of focus that you put onto the H sound, with more air being expelled for the British H. Part of this difference comes from a long and complicated history with social class. There is a phenomenon called H dropping, which is where words like harm get pronounced as arm, and heat gets pronounced as eat. This kind of H dropping has been associated in the past with a lack of education, so those from higher social classes made sure to pronounce their H's. However, the opposite started to happen in some cases, where the H sound started being added where it didn't necessarily belong, like saying ever as hever, or H. Regardless of the history with H or the differences that occur globally in its pronunciation, there is little doubt that H can be a complicated sound to properly use. This is because sometimes it is silent when spoken, but present when written, and sometimes it is still pronounced. H is also tricky because it can sneak into the spelling of words and change the pronunciation of other sounds while still being silent itself. For example, instead of a T sound, we have our unique TH pronunciations. GH becomes either silent or pronounced as an F. PH can be pronounced like an F, or it can be pronounced as a P and ignore the H entirely. And SH becomes the unique sh sound. Essentially, what I'm saying is that H can be extremely confusing at best. So we will just do our best, since there is no 100% rule to tell us if it is silent or not. Let's start by looking at how to make the sound. H's pronunciation is unique because it is voiceless, and it isn't made with the mouth or lips. Rather, it is simply air being expelled from your throat. To make the H sound, drop your jaw and keep your tongue lowered into the bottom of your mouth as much as you can. This leaves a wide open mouth with nothing blocking it. Then, breathe heavily with your mouth open. This is the H sound. If you hold your hand in front of your mouth while doing this, you should feel a lot of warm air on your hand. Alternatively, if you do this in front of a mirror, you will quickly steam it up. You can also try this with a piece of paper or a candle in front of you, and they should move as well. A good keyword for the H sound is hand. Hand. Great job. Let's try it with some paper. Nice work. Now for some of the pronunciation rules for H that may be helpful in determining if it is silent or not. H is often silent if it comes after a W, and it is sometimes silent after a C, G, R, or EX. With that being said, one of the best ways to figure out the correct pronunciation of H is to practice listening to native English speakers, particularly when you can see the words that they are saying. This is a great example of when subtitles on a TV show can come in handy. Although H can be spelt anywhere in a word, you will notice that it is often silent and the H sound doesn't come at the end of a word, even though words do end with H spellings. Also, it is clearest when it comes at the beginning of words, and you will notice that most of the words that have an H pronunciation clearly in the middle are compound words that put two other words together. For example, downhill. Let's try some practice with words that do have the H pronunciation. High, horse, help, ham, house, hug, height, habit, hair, had, heart, hill, hope, whole, hard, beehive, lighthouse, forehead, behavior, uphill, rehearsal, Ohio, birdhouse, pothole, reheat, groundhog, inhale, grasshopper, inherit, unhappy. Let's try a sentence. The huge hairy helicopter had helped lift the house out of the hole and up the hill. The huge hairy helicopter had helped lift the house out of the hole and up the hill. Nice work! I know that the H sound can be confusing, but hopefully this video helps to clear up some of the confusion around this complicated sound. If you have any questions, feel free to comment below and I'll do my best to answer them right away. Have a great day!